Hello, amazing people. I'm so excited to offer this transmission for you. Okay, so this is the integration process. This is the activation. This is the support that is coming in relationship to your goal and the integration of your session. So I want you to set your intentions for this time together. Allow yourself to be in the spaciousness to receive, to feel, to allow. The energy that's coming up is actually large intestine meridian. I'm going to explain what that is. It's actually about purge. Now, another word for purge is release or letting go. That's what's been muscle tested in relationship to what we worked on in session together, but also after session, because that activation has already completed itself and you're on to the next evolution of self. And that's why I would love for you to set an intention. What is it that we're unlocking for you today? Or what are we rebalancing? What are we releasing? What are we working on for you today? This is going to be a channeled activation for you, muscle tested, and the frequency alone of this transmission is enough for you to feel a shift. Um, I'm going to play around at the moment, but I do want you to know that you're going to get exactly what you need. This is a meditation. This is a reprogramming opportunity, a re-imprinting opportunity, and we work on all levels and dimensions of the multidimensional self. And at the same time, you are already whole, you are already complete, and we are simply remembering the truth of who you are from the place of knowing and recognizing your essence. Your essence has always been in you, as you, through you, expressed, and anything that is potentially blocking this true self expression, shielding or guarding this true self expression, anything that is holding you back from being the embodiment and the radiance of who you truly are, we're also going to unlock that for you, activate that for you, and allow you to be in the energy of liberation, whatever that feels like, whatever that looks like, whatever you allow that to be. So I would love for you to start breathing in and out. My friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have loved each and every session with you all. Totally inspired by the shifts that you guys have had. Truly inspired by it because the shifts that I've witnessed in you have motivated and activated me in my own journey and in my practice to continue to up level, to continue to show up, to really step into my personal upgrade and leadership. Because witnessing you all has been a true gift for me. So I want to say thank you for the gift that you've offered me, the gift of your presence, the gift of your trust, and the gift of your vulnerability and openness. I want to thank you for your medicine. I want to thank you for your medicine, for your openness. So, with that gratitude, I would love for you to start breathing in and out, setting your intention or your North Star for this session. And as you set your intention, connect with the process within your body where you let go, where you release, where you purge. where you purify yourself, where you detoxify yourself. Elimination, excretion, declutter, completion, letting go, purging, melancholy, open-mindedness, guilt, appearance, and self-image are all aspects of the large intestine meridian. So continue to reflect on the purge, the release, the letting go. What's coming up for this collective is we're purging, releasing, letting go, dissolving perfectionism. And I want you to connect to the type of perfectionism that is specific to you. It could be general perfectionism. It could be in relationships. It could be in your work. So remember your goal in session. Remember what we're working on. And yes, we're working on multiple dimensions of the self, right? So even though your session may have been about sacred soul, business, and expansion, it's also about you being the embodiment of your true, authentic self. And therefore, it can also relate to self-image, how you perceive yourself, how you view yourself, how you feel about yourself, your appearance. And we're letting go of perfectionism in every aspect of your life if you choose to. And coming to a place of not only acceptance, but also an energy that allows you to have your needs met when it comes to why perfectionism was there to begin with. So perfectionism offered you, gave you, allowed you something. What does it give you? What does it allow you? That's the reason why it's there. And I want you to take a deep breath in and out. There's an emotion that's connected to this perfectionism. It's helping you regulate yourself somehow, some way. In the unconscious, there is a compensation mode where you connect, associate perfectionism with regulation. And what I want to do, it could be nervous system regulation, it could be regulating your life, it could be regulating your workflow, it can be any form of regulation. And what I want to do is recode, re-imprint your systems, all systems of the body, where you get your regulation without needing to behave, expect, think, feel, believe, identify with the energy that all needs to be perfect. I have to be perfection. I must be perfection. This needs to be in perfection. Whatever the belief is that holds the frequency of perfection, I want you to let go of the grip, the grasp, the hold, the frequency. Just feel into the frequency of perfection. Just feel into it. And it could be around your body image as well. Like you see something like a blemish, a wrinkle, a roll, a stretch mark, whatever it is, a change in your skin tone, a change in your body due to aging, whatever it is, and you scrutinize and you pick it apart and you you unpack it and you make meaning out of it. And somehow this connects in with the energy of perfection, right? So what I want is for you to be regulated in your self-acceptance, regulated in this neutrality of who you are and where you're at in life, where you're at in age, where you're at in your body, where you're at with your energy levels, where you're at with your friendships, where you're at with your craft, even where you're at with diving into your spiritual gifts and the mastery of that. Okay, so we're deleting perfection, we're purging it out, and you're having an identity shift right here and right now. We're replacing it with, I know how to live without needing to be perfect. I live my day-to-day life without the illusion of perfection. And I replace it with, I am regulated. I feel regulated. I release and delete perfection and replace it with, I know how to regulate myself. I am regulated. Regulation is my natural neutral state. So let's just take a deep breath in and just feel into that frequency. Can you feel the difference between perfection and regulation? Feel into the difference between perfection and regulation. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath in. I know how to feel regulated. I regulate my self-image. I regulate my appearance. I regulate my feelings of completion. I regulate my feelings of elimination. I know how to eliminate. I know who I am eliminating. I eliminate all that doesn't serve me in my life, in my career, in my relationships, in my home, in all areas of my life that matter most to me. I'm connected to my values. I release and reshuffle the values that no longer serve me, that are no longer relevant. I have awareness of the values that are now relevant. I now allow myself to prioritize my new values, and I release all values that are outdated, that are redundant. Take a deep breath in. And we're just going to purge through breath, breathing in, breathing out. The imbalance of perfection and the balance of, let's just add more to the regulation piece. That's what I'm sensing. So what's coming up as the balanced state to really dissolve this old paradigm of regulating yourself through perfection is living in the moment. Now, let's give you discernment on what it truly means to live in the moment. It's all good and well to live in the moment and to know that staying present is the key to living an authentic life, letting life unfold in magical ways, feeling regulated in your nervous system because you're fully here and now. You're not anchored to a past or a future. And so the thing is, living in the moment is much more nuanced than that. Let's give you discernment around what it actually means to live in the moment, what it feels like to live in the moment, what the true nuances are of living in the moment. Because I can guarantee you that when you connect to a place within you that has always lived within you, that always exists within you, always will exist within you, which is this ever expansive, ever present, always present love that you are. It's the flow of love. It is your essence. It is your makeup. It is your blueprint. You are, by definition, divine love. Let's give you downloads of discernment around divine love and what that is, because we all have a different perception, definition of what that looks like, what that feels like, what that sounds like. So in this session, I just want you to feel. That's it. Feel the frequency, right? Connect with that essence, that overflowing, boundless, eternal essence of pure love that you are, that is of your maker, your blueprint. And as you connect to that love, I want you to feel what it's like to prioritize being your essence as love. I know how to be love. I know what it feels like to be love. I have the highest definition and perspective of I know how to be in love as love. I am love. I am beingness. I am pure being. I have the creator's perspective and definition of I am pure being. I understand what it feels like to be pure being. I know how to feel my pure beingness. And I want you to feel now, just feel your heartbeat, feel the pulse of pure being, pure love as you breathe in and breathe out. I'm also going to download, I know how to feel that essential oneness. I have the creator's perspective and definition of oneness. I understand what it feels like to live in oneness. I give myself permission to live in oneness. I release all schools of thought on oneness, and I allow myself to feel my truth of oneness. I release all belief systems around oneness, and I experience the truth of what oneness feels like. I am at one with all that is. I have the highest perspective of what it feels like, what it looks like, what it sounds like to feel and be at one with all that is. I experience oneness. I let myself experience oneness without being frightened. I let myself experience oneness and living fully in the present without fright, without fear, without making assumptions around what oneness is and whether it is safe to live in oneness. I feel safe to be one. I feel safe to live in oneness. I know what true oneness feels like. True oneness is the vibration of being in the energy of love, in the energy of compassion, in the energy of I know how to live without judgment. I know who I am without judging others. I know how to live without being harsh on myself. I release judging myself. I release judging others. I release believing that others are better or less than me. I release all judgment. I release even the deepest subtleties of judgment. I release judging myself completely. I give myself permission to release judging myself. I replace judging myself with, I replace judging myself with letting go of the past and being fully here and now. So if I let go of the past completely, there is no past. There is no past version of me. There is no past identification of me. There is no past association of me. I don't have a past to feel shame or judgment of. I am in complete neutrality and acceptance of my past. So I've let go of my past. So if I've let go of my past, then I'm in the present or potentially future orientated. Now, let's also download I know how to trust my future is being guided by the higher powers that love me unconditionally. I fully surrender and trust, having full faith and full knowing that I'm always guided, that I'm always protected, and I'm always provided for. I'm always guided, I'm always protected, and I'm always provided for. Allow yourself to take a deep breath in to receive these downloads, and we're still going to let go of the past. And what we're letting go of specifically around the past, and this is a big one, guys, because when we shift this vibration, so much opens up for you. It's ridiculous. What we're shifting, because this energy really does close our heart off and put us into protection mode. And I don't want you guys to be in guard mode, in protection mode, because the essence of living in oneness, living in the beauty, the majesty of the present moment, and the gift that the present moment offers us, which is miracles, which is abundance, which is all these amazing things that blow us away, is when we close our heart off, right? And then we forget who we are because our heart is closed, when who we are is pure love. And that requires an open heart, right? So, what will help you let go of the past and have this identity shift into the embodiment of who you are evolving into is releasing resentment. So I really want you to scan your wholeness, your attention, who you are, scan it, scan it, scan it, and be so unbelievably honest. You may be resenting yourself. You may be resenting your circumstances. You may be resenting things that are not in alignment and not necessarily where you want to be. You might even be resenting your choices, resenting your business, resenting your karma. An example is, why am I on a low income? That must be karmic. This is just an example that I'm channeling. Why can't I be a high flyer and make millions? Why am I on minimum wage? This is an example, whoever that was channeled for. You might be resenting a partner. It's very common. I'm just scanning all of your energies. Resenting your partner's choices and their priorities. Now, this can all come back to resenting God as well, But usually it's a projection of our feelings towards ourselves, our frustration towards ourselves. So let's take responsibility, because no matter what it is that you're resenting, who it is, it does come back to your responsibility in shifting it within yourself, because you're the one that is experiencing this energy, and it is protecting you, but not in the good way. Because it's actually an open heart that protects you, not a resentful heart. And I have complete compassion, because, we can just find ourselves in that energy, and we have to just pull ourselves out of it, right? So we're going to download forgiveness. I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in and out, we're purging overwhelming guilt, regret, remorse, perfectionism, pushing self, resentment, self-loathing, stagnation, and stuckness. Thinking that you are too different from others, toxic shame, whether it's in your past, present, or future, on all levels of your multidimensional field, including your inner child, your ancestral lineage, your historical level, your soul level, your ego level, the undercurrent level, your present, and any future thoughts of projection through due to assumption. An assumption might be you identifying with a person already responding and reacting a certain way towards you when you speak your truth, and already resenting their response to you because you assume that they're going to have a criticism, have an opinion, project their stuff. So we're removing the resentment of what you feel is going to happen as well, such as when I declare my new shifts in life, or who I want to be with, or the changes that I want to make in my life, or when I reveal my new partner, when I reveal my new business. Oh, mom, dad, whoever it is, they're totally going to have an opinion about that, and they're going to criticize, they're not going to support me in the way that I need. These are unconscious assumptions, and we're removing the resentment around that as well, because a lot of you guys are stepping into your truth, which means that eventually you will be living your truth, which means that you can do that today, which means that you will be expressing your truth. We're going to give you discernment on who to express your truth and who not to protect your energy through your own self-sovereignty of protection, just knowing when to express, when not to express. So we're downloading that for you without needing secrecy as the guiding force to keep you protected. Living your truth, expressing your truth is easy and 100% possible when you're in the energy of love and oneness, and when you no longer judge yourself, and when you accept yourself, when you approve of yourself, and when you own yourself and make a decision that you've owned your choices, that you're owning where you're at. Okay? So we're going to do this forgiveness prayer on every level of being, and genuinely forgive yourself. So it's not about forgiving anyone else but yourself. Do you give yourself permission to give forth love and acceptance as if it's your mission, as if it's your purpose? Will that be enough for you to genuinely give forth love and let go of your past in order to fully step into the chapter that is magnetized to you, that is pulling you into a vortex of abundance and of new, renewed life? This is a renewal. Are you allowing yourself to be renewed? And in order to be renewed, that means that you're purging and letting go. And guess what? With the purge and the letting go, there could be some grief that comes up. Are you willing to sit with that and actually process it on an embodied level? I know that you guys are here for it. I know that. So close your eyes. We're speaking to your power, to your source of energy, to your higher self, to your inner light, to your infinite love that you are, to the infinite love that you are. As you take a deep breath in and out. Now remember, we're doing this forgiveness to let go of perfectionism, overwhelming guilt, regret, remorse, outdated beliefs, disappointment, resentment, skeptical of others, selfish, self-obsessed behavior, self-loathing of your appearance, stagnation and stuckness in general, struggle letting go of the past, stubbornness and possessiveness, thinking that you are too different from others, too attached to memories, thinking you can't do anything right, toxic shame, and wanting to run away and hide. Because we're clearing this, we're purging this through breath and forgiveness, because you are stepping into living in the moment as oneness, letting go of the past, feeling safe to be you, feeling valued for you, worthy of love and acceptance, reflecting and releasing the past, having an optimistic headspace, letting go of attachment to people and things, feeling mature, loving the way you look, accepted for who you are, compassion for others, feeling important and meaningful, feeling understood and considered, grounded in reality, keyword grounded, forgiveness flows. You're gentle with yourself and your body. Just feel into that frequency of who you are when you embrace others' individuality and creativity. You don't take crap from no one. You are courageous in your decisions, because this is the leadership code that you're stepping into, whether it's business, relationships, whatever area of your life that we're upgrading right now, all of the above. You can face life head on with enthusiasm and this can-do attitude. Celebrating achievements, clear boundaries with others and owning it and feeling it, because they're upgraded boundaries. They're upgraded boundaries. You don't need to justify them either. You're comfortable in your own skin no matter what age you're at. You own it. And you're feeling worthy within yourself, not just from a headspace, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, but literally embodied, I feel the inherent worth. I finally, for the first time in my life, I finally feel worthy. For the first time in my life, I finally feel worthy within myself. For the first time in my life, I finally feel 100% worthy within myself. For the first time in my life, I am embracing other people's individuality. For the first time in my life, I like and enjoy change. For the first time in my life, I am letting go of the past. For the first time in my life, I know that I'm on the right track. For the first time in my life, I have a healthy sense of stability and order in life. For the first time in my life, I'm happy with who I am. Whenever you're ready, beloved, beloved source, divine light, and infinite love, I call upon the highest frequencies of truth, grace, and unconditional love. Take a deep breath in. I allow unconditional love to surround me now and come in close. I open my heart fully to your presence and guidance. Today, I choose to be free. What kind of freedom? I choose to be free and to release all resentment, bitterness, anger, and hurt, known or unknown, seen or unseen. I surrender every layer of this pain. I surrender all resentment, conscious or unconscious. I surrender every layer of this pain to the light of divine transformation, divine love, divine truth, divine love. I forgive myself for every thought, action, or belief that has kept me bound to resentment. Resentment of self, resentment of God, resentment of other, resentment of world, resentment of society, resentment of culture, resentment of the system. I forgive myself for holding on to stories that no longer serve me, meaning that no longer serves me. The stories that I created, the stories and meaning that I've created. I forgive myself for betraying my own heart by carrying what was never mine to carry. I forgive all others across all timelines, lifetimes, dimensions, and realities for the ways they have hurt me, knowingly or unknowingly. I release them now with love, true love, the love that I generate from inside out, the love that I am, the love that has always been and always will be. I release and purge now with love, returning this resentment and their energy, those that I have now forgiven, back to them, calling back my power, being in my power, whole and complete, and knowing what it feels like to be in my power, knowing what that feels like in my body, knowing how it feels like in my body. I know how to feel my own power in my body. I extend this forgiveness to my ancestors, healing patterns of suffering, conflict, and separation that have traveled through my lineage. May this healing ripple backwards and forward through time, restoring harmony to all who came before me and all who will come after. I now dissolve resentment at every level of my being. Mental, clearing limiting beliefs and judgments. Emotional, softening hardened feelings into compassion. Feel it. Physical, releasing toxins and tensions stored in my body. Energetic, serving cords of pain and restoring my field to purity. Spiritual, returning fully to love and divine wholeness, knowing what that feels like, knowing what wholeness truly feels like, giving myself permission to feel whole, giving myself permission to receive this transmission of I feel whole. I feel it, and I know what this feeling is in my body. I declare I am free, I am love, I am peace, I am whole. I declare it. As I forgive, I am forgiven. As I release, I am released. As I return to love, the world around me is made new. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Take a deep breath in. So this forgiveness has also released any desolate sadness in your body. And it makes sense why there's sadness because you are stepping into a new chapter. So sadness is coming up because letting go and purging is literally releasing what has been in your life, whether it's environmental, whether it's a health condition, whether it's a relationship, a career. Like there's an ending. Give yourself compassion that you've just gone through a massive purge. in your life, in your body, in your consciousness. And therefore, sadness is leaving as well. Closed off and constricted is also now released. And too attached to memories were released. That has been now released as well. You being too attached to memories. So I'm going to love you and leave you there. You've been activated. We have just balanced your large intestine meridian, which means that it's assisted your lungs in controlling your skin. So it's, like it's almost like, think of it metaphysically, right? Like you've shed a skin. You've shed a skin. It's also helping you with your breathing, your throat chakra, and any part of you that has physical weakness. By balancing this out for you, creating forgiveness, which is a form of love, giving forth love, forgiveness, forth giving, giving forth love. We've also released physical weakness. So the large intestine governs the nose, the skin, the body head, the mucus, controlling the transformation of digestive systems and wastes from liquid to solid state. So you've just released, and there is now a renewal. So where you're vibrating at now is, I release the past with joy. I easily release that which I no longer need. You've mastered the power of release. Release, release, release. Release, release, release. Release, release, release. Take a deep breath in. Until the next activation, get in touch for your next session, guys. Clinic has just become really, really busy. So make sure that you book your sessions in advance. Just because I've been back to back. It's just crazy what's been happening. So some things have been delayed, but I plan on doing these transmissions at least a week after your activation. And these are just bonus sessions to support your integration process. I'm also creating packages for mentorship. A lot of you guys are stepping into life purpose or relationships that are sacred life purpose and sacred relationships. So I'm supporting you in the ascension process of that, because it is a journey. It really, really is a journey. You've signed up for a journey for a reason, because there's a transformation that your soul has chosen. The transformation could be wholeness, sacred union, partnership, sacred family. You know on a soul level what it is that you are stepping into in terms of your transformation. And we've got the tools. I've got the tools. I say we because I channel. We've got the tools to help you embody this transformation from a place of being witnessed by me, and also the medicine of the light. So the light is the medicine here. And if you're watching this, you also hold light medicine. You have your own light medicine. So start witnessing the light. Connect with the sun and allow yourself to eat foods that nourish your inner light. So in terms of the large intestine, freshly squeezed lemon in water first thing in the morning, apple cider vinegar, avoid sugars, eliminate dairy products, wheat and gluten from your diet. This is for the large intestine. Vitamin A foods such as eggs, fish, liver oil, carrots, parsley, spinach, and broccoli. Vitamin B foods, green and leafy vegetables. Salmon, sardines, vitamin E foods, avocado, almonds, sunflower seeds, olives, slippery elm powder, prunes, figs, dates, linseed, oat bran, and whole grains and garlic, sesame seeds, dried apricots, and nettle tea. If you'd like a tea blend to support you with any sort of parasites or heavy metals, I'm currently also exploring herbal medicine to release parasites and to release heavy metals and to support food as medicine to support your journey of resetting your systems. So I'll be in touch with that, or feel free to get in touch as well. Okay, I'm sending you guys so much love. And I can't wait to see you in the clinic next. Bye, guys. See you. Lots of love.